Malik Willis joining that competition. He said it wasn't his job to mentor him. Says if he wants to watch what he does, if he wants to pick things up, he said that'd be great. Among other things that Ryan Tannehill said. He said he can pick it up on his own while watching what a veteran like Ryan Tannehill does. You've talked about this before on the show. Like, it's not like the Titans are like, gosh, Blaine's the best safety we've ever had. We just won't draft anybody for 8 years. Nope, they just kept drafting safeties.
Yeah, they did.
Every other year or so, hey, man, meet your new teammate.
Yeah, I mean, Bam Morris, Renee Stewart, never anybody high, but still 4th, 5th round. Those are, threats because that's actually where I thought I should have went, and it played out that way.
Right.
So I knew these guys were talented. I didn't ever look at it as competition. I looked at it for fuel to continue to work, but I was self-motivated. So I didn't need any of that because once you get paid, then now it's all for them to now tear you down and break you down, and that's just where they go after that.
Yeah.
So for me, I felt like, as I was saying earlier, is that I won either way. Whether I give them all the knowledge that they ask me of, I'm not going to go out of my way, but if you ask me, I'm going to give you everything you need. Now, I may not give you my secret sauce, that all my little reading and eye keys and all my extra studying, but as far as philosophy in your job, oh, absolutely I would, because that's what I was taught. So, I would do that. And I felt like I could get another contract. So I win either way. I'm going to play great. If I get injured or if I don't play or they decide to go in another direction, I got on film cha-ching again. So I felt like I would win either way. It never felt like, oh, man, I'm, this guy's going to take my spot and this is unfair or whatever people do. No, I was cordial. Now, first of all, I would build up. I was confident in who I was and my ability. And then the more and more I got around the guy, I said, oh, man, ain't no way that guy going to ever take my job. For whatever reason it was. Because I think it was Bam Morris. He was like Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. Forgot, what was his first name?
Eric Morris?
Eric Morris, yeah. I called him Bam because that was the running back
for
the Steelers. And, he was a 4th-round pick, and he was Defensive Player of the Year in the Big Ten. That's pretty impressive. And I'm like, when he got here, I was like, no can do. No can do. He can't do what I do. And reason why is that in this scheme and defense, that's why I said the scheme helped me be who I became. It's this guy who is smart and his intellect of the game is off the charts, but I had a skill set where I played corner in college and I had the physicality to play in that 46 defense. Well, Bam Morris was a safety in college and played more linebackerish than anything else. So his movement skills weren't going to be the same as me. And I was just as strong and powerful as him. And I was like, he's going to have issues covering. He's never – they split out the tight end, Tony Gonzalez. I'm out there man-to-man. Let's go. Let's happen. Oh, he wasn't going to be able to do that. No can do. He wasn't going to be able to run with them. He wasn't going to do any of those things.
How long did it take for you to see what he was doing and think, he can't do it? How far in?
Probably halfway through training camp.
Okay.
And that was enough time because I would sit back and actually let them get out there and play with the ones. Yeah. Because it wasn't about me. I knew what I could do.
Right.
And so the coaches would be like, hey, I said, oh, he needs to get his reps.
Right.
As I said, I would secure my position and where I would be, and I wanted them to determine, hey, if you're going to do something, let's pull the trigger now.
Right.
So I could cha-ching them again. When I say cha-ching, I'm talking about I get cut or they trade me and I go to another team and I get another contract. So I always felt like I won. I never looked at it as like this guy's taking my job. Never did. And I know a lot of guys do.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it was a little bit different is because I thought in this 46 defense, how long will my body last? And so I'm better off getting out sooner than later.
Mm-hmm. Was there another team? Because you've talked about this a lot, how you just fit. You just had the skill set to do what you needed to do, and that was the 46 defense. It was Buddy Ryan's defense. If people don't know what we're talking about, it was Buddy Ryan's defense from the Bears.
Right.
And it required a special kind of safety to run the whole thing. It was all based around a safety, you in this case. Was there another team you thought, I could absolutely play safety in their system?
No. You know what it was? For me personally, I wanted to go show that I could play in every defense outside of the 46.
Oh, because put me out of this.
I want to get out of it.
Oh.
Yeah. For me to be truthful, that was my whole mindset when they franchise tagged me and I held out. My whole mindset is you're going to pay me now or I'm getting out of this defense. I win either way. I'm getting out of defense because I'd already played 4 years in it. And I go, man. And they used to look at me like in amazement on Monday. Hey, man, how you feeling? I feel great. They don't know all the things that I was doing to make sure I felt great.
Right.
So I wanted to get out sooner or later because I knew I could get pigeonholed into being this is all he can do. No, I could play cover 2. That's easier. Yeah, I got to Philly. I felt like I was stealing money. Really, to be honest. I may go a whole game where I didn't even touch anybody.
Yeah, you told me that.
I was like, what? This is did I do a good job, coach? I didn't even know. I felt like I didn't even play. I was pissed off that I didn't even touch anybody.
You got betrayed by your groin there, though, right?
Oh, at the end, yeah. So that was the telling tape, but yeah. So I wish I would have. If I was in the Phillies game, I probably would have played 15 years.
Oh,
yeah. Easy. Instead of getting to 10 and go, I don't think my body can make it anymore.
no more surgeries.
Yep, no more. This is number 11. Mm-hmm.
You averaged a surgery a year.
I did. And some of them I played through. And naturally, when you break your form, your wrist, your finger, knee scopes, 3, ankle scopes, you play through them. So that's kind of customary when you're a football player in the National Football League. So it's skewed from a player's point of view about like, oh, man, I got to scope and play the next week.
Right.
So it's a little bit different because you're paid to play. This the underbelly of the NFL behind the scenes, what goes on. And I don't know if everybody's situation was the same in thought process as me. But that's really how I looked at it. I win either way.
Well, the doctor having to tell you your arm is broken is one of my top stories from you. Hey, man, have you looked at your own arm? You're like, huh? Yeah, your arm's broken. That's why it looks like that. Huh?
Yeah, I really thought Dr. Elrod was actually taking some CBD when he said that. It's coincidental. He was standing next to me on a special team play. He said, hey, man, what's that knot on your forearm? I said, oh, that's just a bruise. He just got bruised. I ran into somebody. I don't know, man. I'm thinking about the game, man. I'm about to go out here and destroy somebody. We ain't letting them drive. He was like, let me shake your hand here. Then he twisted my wrist. He said, you didn't feel anything? I said, absolutely not. And I really didn't. He said, wait a minute, let's do this again. He said, I said, nothing. He said, you just broke your forearm.
Oh,
I said,
man.
I looked at him in amazement like, you got to be effing kidding me. He says, yeah, you're not going back in. I said, oh, no, that's a lie. I'm going back in. So I just ran off. Yep. And then the coaches waved me back off after one play. Say, hey, man, he said you broke your forearm. I said, I don't know what he's talking about. I got a bruise right here, and it's just a knot on my forearm. I've gotten that before all over my body. Yeah. He said,
Body is a wonderland.
He said, yeah, you broke your forearm. They took my helmet and said, you're not going back in the game.
You just said tape it up.
And it was like in the fourth quarter, and we lost
man.
in overtime.
Oh, no.
Against the Raiders.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh, no, they're going to throw the I knew their plays back. Like, I studied so hard. I said, I know what they're going to do. They're going to throw the Tim Bryant down the seam route.
They did it.
Yep. Touchdown. For the backup. Who was my backup? I forgot who my backup was at the time.
Wasn't Eric Morris?
I don't think so.
We'll look that up in the break.
I think